Hey, Jay here with one of our latest projects. It's a Honda CRF250X. You can pick up these bikes pretty cheap. Honda's kept them the same since 04. 04 to 15, same bike. So we know the bikes pretty well. Real easy to work on. They last really well. Good overall bike. We're going to show you everything we do to these things to keep them running good. We trail ride these things all winter here in California. It's a good little bike. So one of the best things about the Honda is the motor. Very durable and strong. Stock, these bikes are a bit choked up. So one of the first things you want to do is open up the airbox. You can check out our airbox video below or in the link to the story. That video shows you how to open up your airbox and some good jetting to get started with. Next, the motor. The bottom ends on these bikes hold up really well. If you change the oil regularly, you shouldn't have to worry about a bottom end for a long time. Top end, we like to get a little bit more power. So we have the Hot Cam Stage 1 camshaft, as well as the Cylinder Works 256 kit. Just 1 millimeter more, gives it a lot more grunt, a lot more power. These bikes run pretty good with that jetting, opened up airbox, and this simple big bore and cam. FMF stainless steel pipe with a Q4 muffler. Great addition, works really well, and still very durable. With the Dunlop tires, since this is an off-road bike, we went an AT81 front, which works in a wide range of terrain. On the rear, we went with a Trials tire. We'll switch this to a knobby if it's very, very muddy conditions or very high speed stuff. But for most of our tight trails, the Trials rear tire works great. Works Connection makes great pieces throughout the bike. We have their full coverage skid plate, which we've lightened up with holes on our own. Radiator braces, which will save the day in a big drop on the trail. Clutch perch, a great feature to add to the bike for really good clutch pull and action. Tusk Components provides a variety of great components for the bikes. Of course, the wheels, the rotors, the oversized rotor in the front brake line, foot pegs, rear brake pedal. Tusk is a big supplier of good quality components throughout the bike. One little soft spot about the engine can be the clutch durability in a Honda 250. The 250X being a lot better than the 250R, although we do upgrade to Henson fiber spring steel kit with their stiffer springs and their outer cover for added oil capacity. With our airbox mod, we run a Uni air filter while removing the backfire screen from the cage. This bike was a pretty clean 06. We didn't have to, all we had to do on the linkage and swing arm was re-grease them. We did need to put new steering stem bearings from Pivot Works. Attack Graphics made us some custom graphics to exactly what we wanted. We're able to do all the pieces on the bike. Moto Seat took care of a custom gripper seat cover for this bike. With Renthal, we run their twin wall bars and the 997 bin, which is very close to the stock bin, along with their twin ring rear sprocket and of course their front sprocket. This twin ring sprocket, a lot more durable, great for off-road use. We're running 1349 gearing for all of our use. And we're running a Tusk O-ring chain as well. For off-road use, we found that the Cycra handguards, wraparound guards, make it so that we can go through any types of crashes, survive them, not bend up any clutches or brake levers. So a good addition for any of the trail bikes. The Honda 250X, the older models have a rather large tank. Pretty good stock for most of our trail riding. We don't have any problem with fuel consumption. If you're on a bigger trail ride needs, you need to switch up to an IMS larger tank. 08, 09, later in the years, they switched to a smaller tank, I think to bring the weight down of the bike. The smaller tank bolts up the same, but doesn't have nearly the capacity. So the older bikes have a larger capacity tank, work really well. Trail Tech helped us with the lighting. We added our X2 light, a little bit more powerful than the stock one. We didn't upgrade the stator on this one to get the most out of this light. That's something we could look at doing in the future. Race Tech revalved the suspension for us, set it up for our plush riding conditions. We are mainly doing tight trails, so we're not too concerned with bottoming out over any big triples or anything like that. We want plush trail riding suspension.